Here is how the mind of INFJs works. First, the mind of INFJs adjusts into the emotional frequency of others. The auxiliary function of an INFJ is extraverted feeling, also known as FE, which is concerned with the dispositions, energy, and emotions of other individuals. Because they are able to tune into the emotional wavelength of others around them, INFJs are able to immediately perceive the emotional energy of those who are around them. INFJs are able to recognize when a loved one is struggling with anything difficult, even if that person is trying to hide or repress their pain. Their extraverted feeling enables them to do this. This is another reason why individuals tend to feel at ease when they are around an INFJ and readily open up to them, even when they aren't prompted to do so. Because of their extraverted feeling, they are also able to adjust easily to different social circumstances, which helps individuals around them feel at ease. INFJs have a disposition that is warm, loving, and empathic, which indicates that they wish to provide their loved ones with emotional support and comfort when it is needed. They find that guiding, inspiring, and mentoring others brings them a sense of fulfillment as well. This extrovert mask assists INFJs in considering the emotional and physical requirements of those around them when they are in social settings, which helps to create an atmosphere that is harmonious. When it comes to dealing with people from other parts of the world, they adhere to a strict set of rules that dictate what actions should and should not be taken. Second, the mind of INFJs participate in the present moment in its entirety. The inferior function of an INFJ is extraverted sense, which gives them the ability to be watchful, practical, and swift. INFJs have a strong awareness of the physical world, which enables them to react swiftly and precisely, as well as notice details in the environment that they are currently in. INFJs that have extraverted sensing have a strong desire to take in all of the memories and fully immerse themselves in the present moment. They get a rush from the straightforward pleasures of life, such as spending time in nature, assisting others in accomplishing their objectives, or pushing their bodies to their physical limits through exercise. When an INFJ accepts their weaker function, they have a greater appreciation for activities that pump them full of adrenaline, such as surfing, racing, or even skydiving. Even though they find it admirable when others possess this quality, the individual may have the impression that they are unable to acquire it on their own. INFJs, on the other hand, acquire the ability to engage with the world around them in a manner that is fluid and graceful as this trait develops later on in their lives. In addition to this, they are acutely aware of the minutest of particulars and can accurately recall factual observations. Third, the mind of INFJs always do their best to get all the facts before making a decision. INFJs rely heavily on their innate capacity for introverted intuition, also known as NI, to make sense of the environment around them. INFJs are able to discover patterns and meaning in virtually everything as a direct result of their primary function, which is introversion. An INFJ often has the experience that information comes to them out of the blue, and they attribute this to their introverted intuition. As a consequence of this, individuals might have to retrace their steps, while also inwardly organizing their processes, in order to pinpoint the precise instant at which they had their "oh yeah" moment. Because of this, INFJs are exceptionally excellent at spotting patterns and comprehending how abstract ideas and theories may be connected to one another. The disadvantage is that they could become fixated on a new concept and give in to the temptation to investigate it from every angle until they have a full comprehension of it. When combined with the INFJ's auxiliary function, which is extraverted feeling, and INFJ's introverted intuition, and extraverted feeling combine to make them great judges of character. They are able to see below the surface of a person and comprehend their genuine nature as well as their goals. In addition, they are able to recognize who is acting dishonestly or who has ulterior motives. INFJs take pleasure in analyzing the finer points of a situation and searching for hidden meanings, patterns, and trends. Before arriving at a decision, they give consideration to a variety of concepts and points of view. As a consequence of this, they are able to anticipate repercussions and possible outcomes, have improved their capacity for strategic thinking, can read between the lines and search for the symbolism and importance that lies beneath the surface of reality. They look for the hidden repercussions that current actions and experiences will have in the future as well. Fourth, the mind of INFJs create a mental map of how things are put together. The tertiary function of an INFJ is introverted thinking, sometimes known as T for short. As a result of this function, INFJs make decisions based on the information and ideas that they process inwardly. In a nutshell, what they do is devise explanations and models to help them comprehend and make sense of the world around them. INFJs are characterized by their introverted thinking, which gives them an interest in using intricate words to describe things, a focus on making decisions that are rational, and a desire to take apart the reasoning behind a number of different arguments. They will also cultivate a profound aversion to logical fallacies and mistakes in their thinking. When these frameworks and models have been perfected to their full potential, introverted thought can lead to groundbreaking realizations. Analyzing, strategizing, and coming up with one-of-a-kind solutions to challenges of varying scales are all areas in which INFJs excel because they use an internal mental map to understand how things function. The natural empathic and intuitive sides of an advocate can benefit from the logical balance that can be provided by introverted thinking. They are able to comprehend the rational thinking that lies behind their intuitive insights as a result of this. It's possible that as INFJs become older and their tertiary function matures, they'll become more careful and exact in their decision-making. Word games and other low-stress activities, such as learning new abilities, are some of the ways in which they cultivate their introverted thinking function. In this way, individuals are able to develop their tertiary function while simultaneously becoming more logically consistent and open-minded. Fifth, the mind of INFJs make routine, comfort, and overall health their top priority. Introverted sensing is a shadow trait that INFJs have, and it gives them the ability to take in information and make connections between that information and what they have already learned. Those who have developed their introverted sense to a high level are very good at remembering specifics and sensory experiences. Because it is the weakest of the 8 functions that an INFJ possesses, and because it is frequently used to define INFJs when they are at their worst, that is, when they are unduly rigid while making decisions or extremely attentive to details. It's possible that it will come off as hostility against people who have developed their introverted sensing more. Nevertheless, as INFJs develop and mature, this function may help give them with surprising truths or a series of past blunders, which may assist them in making smart decisions when faced with conflict. Sixth, the mind of INFJs strike balance with emotional awareness and needs. Introverted feeling leads a person to make decisions based on how they feel in a certain circumstance. This shadow trait, which INFJs have, serves as the critical parent function, which is in contrast to their auxiliary function, which is extroverted feeling. If an INFJ is not aware of how to strike a healthy balance between the two, it can act as a voice in their brain that encourages them to have self-doubt and causes them to be critical of the people in their environment. In most cases, an introverted feeling will become more prominent during times of stress in order to serve as a reminder to the INFJ to concentrate on being a better person. However, for an experienced INFJ who is aware of how to strike a healthy balance between these two types of personality, the introverted feelings can assist them in striking a healthy balance between their emotional awareness and a profound understanding of their own unique requirements and standards. It can be helpful for INFJs to not let their auxiliary function drive them over, especially when they overextend themselves for other people. Their willingness to provide a helping hand and their generosity are kept in control by this, ensuring that they do not injure themselves or restrict their ability to advance. In addition, it enables individuals to accept their previous failures and to stop holding themselves to excessively high standards, which is particularly useful in circumstances that call for them to be adaptable. 7th, the mind of INFJs investigate many options and come up with more ones. The shadow functions of a personality type are the next most important factor in determining their cognitive functions, following the 4 primary ego-syntonic functions. INFJs tend to have a dominating shadow trait known as extraverted intuition, which plays an opposing function to introverted intuition and allows them to explore possibilities, discover random connections, and come up with alternatives to practically everything. When this function is not completely developed, the opposing role can have the impression of a foreign entity to INFJs, since they are unable to relate to it. It's possible that they'll perceive it as a voice that interferes with their introverted intuition, in which they concentrate only on individual revelations. However, as INFJs develop and mature, they learn to reconcile the insights and predictions they receive from their introverted intuition with the evidence they receive from their extroverted intuition. They may start to perceive this opposing function as a voice in their head that reminds them of alternative options and scenarios other than what they are now focusing on. This may be the case if they have a difficult time accepting change. As a consequence of this, they may frequently see their primary visions being played out in their mind's eye alongside plausible scenarios, which prompts them to investigate other alternatives. For instance, they may devise various backup plans for a project that they are currently working on in the event that one of the plans is unsuccessful owing to factors that cannot be controlled. This shadow feature provides them with the ability to keep one step ahead of the competition no matter what, and to excel in anything they do, even when the stakes are extremely high. 8. The mind of INFJs: assign, organize, and manage tasks. INFJs are characterized by their introverted thinking, which serves as their tertiary function, as was indicated earlier. On the other hand, their shadow trait of extroverted thinking can be beneficial in that it can assist them in making decisions that are founded on logic and fact. It indicates that those with a developed sense of extroverted thinking like to follow systems that are already in place and tend to do whatever works. Those with a developed sense of introverted thinking tend to do whatever works. When INFJs are out of balance, their extroverted thinking can develop in such a way that it causes them to experience a warped version of reality. It's possible that their actual experience will be different from what they believe their actual experience to be. It is possible for it to manifest itself as a naughty voice that disrupts people's plans and rules. INFJs that have reached maturity and are able to strike a healthy balance between their extroverted and introverted thinking styles are able to organize and structure the world around them for optimal effectiveness. They make use of the advantages offered by empirical reasoning and are constantly on the lookout for standard operating procedures that can assist them in ensuring that their lives continue to function efficiently and successfully. This is all for today's video. Thanks for your time. Tell us in the comment section where you are watching us from. Don't forget to hit the like button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Send this video to at least 2 friends or your favorite group chat to spread the love. Click on the video on your screen to enjoy more content on personality types. To stay up to speed with our latest videos, click the bell symbol. See you in the next one. Take care.